When we consider the trajectory of the Detroit Lions, one player's future has become an increasingly hot topic: Jameson Williams. Drafted as a first-round pick in 2022, expectations around his potential have been sky-high from the moment he was selected. The Lions saw in Williams not only a dynamic and explosive wide receiver, but also someone who could change the course of their offense. His speed, ability to stretch the field, and innate playmaking skills were seen as a perfect fit for a team aiming to take a leap forward. However, as we dive deeper into the unfolding story, it becomes clear that the question many fans and analysts are asking is, should the Lions renew his contract now, or is it more prudent for the team to wait before locking him down long-term? Jameson Williams' rookie season was a tale of highs and lows. His start to life in Detroit was disrupted by a 6-game suspension, which naturally delayed his progress. This suspension was a major roadblock, but it wasn't the only challenge. Even when he returned, Williams was still finding his rhythm with the offense, and it took time for him to build chemistry with quarterback Jared Goff. Despite these setbacks, the flashes of brilliance Williams showed were undeniable. In 2024, he played 15 games, accumulating 58 receptions for 1,001 yards and an impressive 8 touchdowns. His performance, especially as the season progressed, made it clear that when healthy and on track, Williams could potentially be one of the league's top wide receivers. Yet, despite the undeniable talent, there are clear reasons why the Lions might be hesitant to offer a contract extension at this time. While Williams' potential is huge, the Lions have legitimate reasons to pause before making a long-term commitment. For one, he's still in the process of proving that his success can be sustained over the long haul. Yes, he has immense speed and capability, but can he maintain consistency? Can he stay healthy? And can he perform at this high level for years to come? Those are all crucial questions for a franchise looking to build a championship contender. And as great as Williams' upside is, the Lions cannot afford to be rushed into a decision. The fact that Williams is eligible for a 5th-year option on his rookie contract gives the Lions some breathing room. This option allows Detroit to delay the decision for another year, giving them a chance to evaluate his consistency and production further. This timing could be a strategic advantage for the Lions, as they can allow Williams to prove himself over a full season before making a financial commitment that could shape the future of their salary cap for years to come. And this is crucial because locking in a player too soon, especially one with such a high potential, but also high volatility, can be a risky proposition. If Williams performs well next season and proves he is capable of being the star the team expects, the Lions will have a much clearer picture of the type of player they are investing in. From a financial standpoint, waiting could also serve Detroit's interests. NFL contracts, especially for high-profile wide receivers, can escalate quickly. The market is currently experiencing a trend where top wide receivers are commanding massive deals. The Lions will be keenly aware of this, particularly with the possibility of Jameson Williams entering the market at a time when other players like Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith may be negotiating their own contracts. The Lions front office may not want to rush into an extension and risk overpaying for a player who is not yet proven he can maintain a top-tier level of performance consistently. By waiting another year, Detroit could avoid a bidding war and potentially secure a better deal in the future, assuming Williams takes another step forward. But even more importantly, the decision not to renew Williams' contract immediately could give him the motivation to prove his worth. Knowing that the clock is ticking and that his financial future is on the line could push Williams to elevate his game even further. Athletes often perform at their best when they feel they have something to prove, and with the contract situation looming over him, it's possible that Williams could use this as fuel to become one of the league's most consistent and dangerous playmakers. This prove-it mentality could be the spark he needs to fully realize his potential and justify the kind of financial commitment the Lions are hesitant to make right now. There's also the matter of competition within the team itself. The Lions are not a team with a singular focus on one player, and Jameson Williams, while incredibly talented, is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. The emergence of other key players on the roster, like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, and rookie stars, puts additional pressure on Williams to not only perform individually, but to mesh seamlessly within a greater offensive scheme. The Lions' success will ultimately depend on how well the entire unit clicks, not just on individual performances. As such, while Williams' potential is undeniable, the team's direction and needs may take precedence over locking him down immediately, especially when considering how quickly other positions may need reinforcements. Yet, there is an undeniable risk that the Lions face in waiting. What if Jameson Williams truly lives up to his potential, and they let him slip away, choosing not to act quickly enough? The possibility of losing such a talented player is something that Detroit cannot afford to take lightly. Williams is exactly the kind of player who could elevate the Lions' offense to a whole new level. His ability to take the top off defenses and create explosive plays is a game changer. And in a league where offenses are king, players like him are invaluable. If Williams continues to progress and becomes the star many believe he can be, waiting too long to secure his services could lead to the franchise losing out on one of its most promising assets. Another critical factor in this decision-making process is the wider context of the Lions roster. Detroit is in the midst of building something special, and they cannot afford to make financial mistakes that could set them back. The team has made significant strides in recent years, and with a defense that has potential and an offense that is steadily improving, the Lions are inching closer to being serious contenders. Adding a top-flight receiver like Williams could push them over the top, but making the right financial move is crucial. They must be sure that Williams is worth the investment, and that his performances will remain consistent over time. Looking ahead, another element to consider is the rising pressure from the league. The NFL is entering a period where players are increasingly seeking larger contracts, and many teams are scrambling to make moves to secure their core players before their market value spikes. Detroit may be trying to avoid this scenario by not rushing into a deal, but that means they must strike the right balance between acting soon enough to retain Williams and not locking themselves into a potentially premature commitment. In conclusion, while the decision to wait on a contract extension for Jamerson Williams makes sense on several fronts, whether for financial flexibility, additional evaluation, or the hope of seeing his consistency over a longer stretch, there is still considerable risk involved. The Lions must carefully weigh the potential reward of locking him in now against the long-term benefits of waiting and potentially securing a more favorable deal down the line. Ultimately, the future of the Detroit Lions could very well depend on how they handle the situation with Williams, and time will tell if waiting was the right choice or if they missed an opportunity to secure their star wide receiver before the price tag gets even higher. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on Jamerson Williams' future and the Detroit Lions' next steps, make sure to subscribe to our channel Lions News Fan Report. Stay tuned for all the latest news, analysis, and updates on this developing story and much more.